Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Good Morning Education Show. My name is Rotimi Aitai, and I'm excited to welcome you to the show today. Today is another day, it's an exciting day to be precise, and I believe we're going to have a great time together. And I'd like to welcome all our tribe members and all those of us who've joined us from all across the world. Linda, Iyai, Otabo, great to have you here. Yay, I'm really interested in this topic, and I'm also interested as well. And I believe join us today, you will also contribute as well. And of course, one of these days, we're looking forward to having Linda live on the show. I hope Linda is giving me a big yes for that. We're streaming from Abuja, the city of Abuja, Federal Capital Territory, to Nigeria, to West Africa, to Africa, and to the entire world. This is the Good Morning Education Show. It's always a great morning on the Good Morning Education Show. We have our analysts, our experts who share their views, diverse views from their world of expertise and their world of perception, so that when we all come together, we learn together, we share together, and ultimately we grow together. Please do not hesitate to ask questions if you will and if you wish. And of course, um, we're looking forward to more. We have Sahil SK. Don't know who that is, but I believe this is your first time. And of course, we're giving you the bell of blessing virtually now. Thank you for joining us. It's always great to see new people, you know, joining us. And so we always say welcome to the show to all our guests and friends. And we say a great morning to everyone as well. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, Very soon we'll be joined by our analysts and colleagues, and we'll have a great time on the show. Good morning to you all. That's it. Thank you all for joining. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. This is the Good Morning Education Show. And like I normally said, and I normally are excited to have you here. We always are excited to have everyone join us. We will be speaking about getting mentored this year. And this is a very important topic that is dear to my heart of us, right? Especially professionals and educators, to get best from their profession, to get the best from all that they do. But normally on the show, before we get too far and out in the program, we always start with some level of news. And then when we have the headlines of the news, we spend some time talking about the headlines of the news, and then we go to other matters arising, and from there we talk about so many things. And today, I believe, is not going to be an exception. And if you have questions, please get your questions ready. We will be dealing with this today. So please, wherever you are, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to tell someone that the Good Morning Education Show is already on and is live, and we're here to be with you, to share with you. And of course, I'm sure many people already have their questions, like Linda is asking her questions. Our question, please do not hesitate, Linda. Um, it promises to be a great time on the show, and I just keep saying it promises to be a good time. And let me tell you this: as we talk about getting mentored, what role mentorship play, when it comes to this. And we will be joined by a guest today who has always been on the side, commenting from the other side. And I decided to go after her and bring her to the show. So, of course, being a front end expert and an educator herself, she's going to also share experience. I'm going to ask her questions. She probably will ask me questions. And we're going to have a great time together. But before then, let me just welcome her to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, educators across the world, permit me to welcome the one and only Fini Folu. If you've ever followed the Good Morning Education Show, especially on the comment section, you will discover this powerful lady who is always buzzing and talking and sharing her thoughts and making comments on the conversation and making it quite engaging. And of course, that's why we thought about it to bring Fini Folu to the show. Fini, good morning. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. Good morning, good treating. It's so exciting to be on the other side of the show. Good morning, everyone.
Fantastic. Yeah, yes. We're excited to have you here. And I know you put your prowess typing your comment into the real life experience. But before we go further into the topic of today, I would like us to review the news. This is what we normally do every time before we go into the topic of today. So, Faye, you're privileged to review the news with us today. Hello, Faye, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello.
I'm here. I
Faye,
can
can you
hear
hear
you.
us?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Hello. Oh, wow.
Okay, so we're going to start by reviewing the news. Just say yes, you can.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. Good morning, Rotimi. Good morning, Ify, and good morning to our very special guest.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Great to have you. Get to put a face to the name. Wow, awesome. And such a pretty face as well. Good morning. Wow.
Thank you. Good morning. It's really nice to be here.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Good morning, Faithful. Good morning, Titi.
Good morning. If you are always looking on
Hello, can you hear me?
you don't look as if you go to bed. We can hear you. We can hear you. Your internet not so clear.
I think it's the Abuja network, I guess.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
we can hear
yes,
you.
we can.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Sorry about the network. So, Titi, I'm presenting to you. Follow the one and only Fee that's commenting on this comment section. Can you remember Fee?
Of course, I know. While your network was acting up, we were already explaining ourselves.
Okay, so let's review the news. I hope you saw the news headlines. Let's review the news together today. Shall we?
Okay, so who's jumping in?
I think Titi, you could start for us.
Okay, I think the first thing that catches my eye is the Nigerian government grants approval to 20 new private universities. So I think that's awesome. We do have a major shortfall when it comes to universities. I think the important thing is that hope that they start on a good foot and make the best of it in terms of improving your grants. So we need more help. So for me, I think that helps to the helps with the vineyard. It's a good one for me. But I think what's always important is that the regulatory framework is there to ensure that they are not just another means of collecting money, because all these private universities, honestly, they are not cheap. So I just want they're cheap. When I heard their school fees, I was like, sure. Hey, my son is still in secondary school. I have time. But so the point I'm making is they are not. We need to ensure that they're giving value for money, and they're also helping to bring out quality people that would help come out, add more market, even create job opportunities. And so it's a good one.
If do you want to say something about that? Do you want to say something about that? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. If are you there?
Okay, Fee, do you want to comment on that?
I'm here.
Okay, well,
He's breaking up. So I can...
Okay, if you go ahead.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So the one that really caught my attention was the Green Spring student. That won the writing competition, and this is as outstanding. This is a good thing, and so I went through the news and I saw that she identified, or she paid courtesy to her teachers who supported her through the whole time. And it only shows to say that even in this difficult time, of the COVID, the pandemic, people are still working, people are still achieving, students are still working hard, to achieve greater things. So challenges we're facing education sector or as students, you can try something. I don't know if it's on my end, but there's this screeching sound that's really disturbing. So hello?
Okay, if you go ahead, I think it wasn't you. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say there. And then with regards to the grants given to the universities, when I saw this, I was like, I hope it's not another scheme, to take our monies, and I hope that there's an audit system in place to ensure that this money will be used for what it's has been brought out for. So as long as there's that system in place, I'm very happy for these kind of things to come up because there is the need. Okay,
Yeah.
there's the need. And I'm looking forward to the day when I see this level of attention given to the early years. I would say because that's where that's what really concerns me to see that this level of attention is given to that sector of education as well. So yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. You want to say something, Fee, on the news?
The two news items that really got my attention and that are related as for me are the writing competition. It's awesome that we have young people, Nigerian secondary school students winning writing competitions. In this age where everybody is shorthanding and everything is looking like you really can't read what they're writing. And then that with new private universities is amazing. I'm only hoping that the private universities have the quality so they can take people like this writer, and that we can churn out Nobel Prize winners in writing and literature from our Nigerian universities. So those are the two news items that really, really got to me this morning. Quite exciting, I'll say.
Yeah. I mean,
And of course, while you were speaking, I noticed that we have. DT said what?
There's a bit of a lag. Rotimi, just continue.
All right. KK, would like to welcome KK to the show today. KK in the building.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's good to be here.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ihyok.
Good morning.
Hi, new friend. I don't know. I
Good morning.
I missed the introductions. Good morning. Good morning, Rotimi. Good morning, Titi. It's good to be here. I hope my Wi-Fi, holds true for the duration of the program.
All right. That's Folu. Folu is the one always commenting on the show. So we got us into the show today.
Thank you. Good morning.
And those COVID-19 compliance team is out to inspect schools.
I think
any comments on
amazing. That? Very good.
All right, on to the business of the. No comments from you.
The comment about inspection. You do today. People know you are coming, and they do the needful. They know you are not going to come again for another 2 months. Everything is back to everything is back to normal. So Edo State is when Lagos State was a month ago. But have they gone back to inspect? Are people adhering to the? But especially for public, I don't think so. So I think it's a good thing to go check once. But the truth is that you need to have a system of constant monitoring, especially when something is not yet in our body, so to speak. It's not yet something that we're used to. It's not yet a norm. So it's good to do inspection, but I think there needs to be a system of just monitoring, enforcement that is not just once. That's what I would say. And then just start promoting the education of why it's important, because sometimes the best form of regulation is self-regulation. The more you can communicate letting people know why it's important for them to self-regulate in terms of where their mass social distancing, the less actual regulation you need to do. So kudos to them, but I think we just need to do more. That's what I would say.
Of the day, we are talking about mentorship, and we have getting mentored this year. This is a very interesting topic, and I believe a lot of people are looking forward to hear from us. And I'm going to start with Ifyok. So Ifyok, I'm going to start with you. When we talk about mentorship, what is mentorship to you? And number two, are you getting mentored this year?
If we can't hear you, I don't know if the mic is on mute. Or is it just me?
Okay.
Okay. Ifyok, you can start.
All right. Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. Good. So I'd say in very simple words, I'd say mentorship is learning from someone else. Learning from someone else in very basic lay terms. And it doesn't necessarily have to be someone you know directly in communication with. Hello?
We're here listening.
I can hear you.
You can get mentored by someone who is far from you, from a distance. You can get mentored with people who you see every day, who are already in the business or doing something that you want to learn from. And I would say that it's particularly a challenge. If you want to use myself as an example, to find someone, to find a mentor. When you eventually do find someone who has what you need or what you want to learn about, it's important that you are in line with that person. Whether the person knows or not, I can tell you, yes, I'm getting mentored this year, both close up and afar. There are people who are mentoring me every single day, but they have no idea about it. The people who it has taken me years to reach out to say, I'm laughing because because I'm sure that some of those people are hearing me. And but yes, it's important to get mentored, and mentorship necessarily means you just learning from someone else. Let me leave it there. Hello.
So let's take this.
Fantastic.
So KK, I would like to hear from KK. I'm interested to hear.
Let me put on my mic for this one. Let me put on my video for this one so that I can look into people's eyes when I say this. You need to get mentored. But first of all, you need to be mentorable, my loves. You want to be mentored. People are asking you questions. You are almost asking the person, aunties and uncles. Do you want to be mentored, or do you simply want somebody to be validating what you have decided you want to do? Mentoring is a two-way relationship, right? And I mean, I applaud Ifyok for what she said. You can be mentored by people who don't even know you are being mentored, that they're mentoring you. You can actually approach somebody. You can follow somebody's work. You can follow somebody's thought process. And that alone is huge mentoring. It's creates a huge advantage for you. There are many people, for example, I am following. I'm listening to them. I'm on their WhatsApp pages. I'm on their, I'm finding out about them because I see what they're doing in a particular area. I'm like, I like this. Let me go deeper with this person. And that's the interesting thing about mentoring. You seek a mentor. You need to ask yourself, what can this person do for me? Where exactly do I need this person to help me? And you must be able to articulate it. If not, you will not get the best out of a mentoring relationship. So yes, I have been getting mentors, and I will still continue to get mentored. And I will mentor. Yeah, because I believe there's something to be said about being able to pass on your knowledge to somebody else, to be able to guide somebody else, hold somebody else's hand. I mean, maybe because you're getting paid for it, you could be paid for it, but also because it's just important that we create circles of competence around us. Back to you, Rotimi. This is to Ethiopia.
All right, thank you very much. And of course, it'll be good to hear from Finn. Finn, our guest today, we want to hear from you. What is mentorship to you? Are you getting mentored this year? Then we'll come back to the big fish, Titi. All right.
Okay, so to me, mentoring is like having a roadmap. You're traveling, you're going on a road that you probably have traveled before, or you haven't even traveled before at all. And then you have somebody who either is in the car with you, or who has maybe is on the phone with you and is saying, no, avoid this place, there's some potholes here, no, you can go this way, you can go faster this way, or you're better suited to go in this particular kind of vehicle because of the terrain of where you're going to and all of that. So for me, mentoring is like, if you said, it's either close range or people that you're following without them even having any idea. Or they could even be close people and they don't even have an idea that they are mentoring. So I'm looking at them and I'm saying, oh, this person has made considerable impact, or they have covered some distance in this area. And that's something I really want to do. So how do I do this thing without necessarily going through all the tears that they went through, without necessarily going through making their mistakes? And then I can get to where I'm going to far better, not necessarily faster, but far better than they did. So instead of losing resources, instead of losing traction and time along the way, I can follow these people. I can take counsel from them, verbally or not. I can take advice from them, verbally or not, and then have as awesome results as they have, or even better. And yes, I'm getting mentored this year. I'm getting coached this year. I'm really looking at. I've been following some people already. I'm holding on to the hem of their wrapper and following them already. Gleaning all that they're leaving behind on the field, and not letting anything away. So yes, for me, mentoring this year is a yes.
Fantastic. And the big fish in the building, let's talk to Titi. Titi, it's your turn. What's mentoring? And of course,
I don't understand.
Big
ready
fish.
to ask, are you getting mentored this year?
Don't mind this routine. Anyway, I like the first thing, the open KK's opening statement is that, do you really want to be, or you just want someone to validate your ideas? So mentoring is really looking for an experienced person who has walked that road before, so that you can leverage on the person's experience and accelerate whatever it is that you want to achieve. So with mentoring, and for me, when I look at mentoring, is you have to select the area that you want to be mentored. So for me, when I look at mentoring, when I started my business, I said Nigeria Kids, I did a honest evaluation of my strengths and an honest evaluation of the areas where I felt that I needed more help. And one of the areas I felt I needed more help was in terms of marketing. And so I'm not a very aggressive in your face, you know, typical person that has all the sales and marketing speak. I'm more likely to talk to you, just with you, tell you, listen to your own idea without telling you what I want to. So I knew that I needed to do something about that. So I knew that I needed to be mentored. I needed someone more experienced. And as I started my sales and, you know, in my journey, because when you have a business, marketing and being able to be out there and sales is key to the success of your business, even when you have a great idea. And I started pitching my business to various people. I now realized that, okay, someone came to me and she told me that, you know what, I listened to your pitch. I thought your idea was very awesome, but I knew you were not going to get selected. She told me that you didn't sell it. You need to go and perfect your pitch. And that's what she told me. And then I went and looked, mentor me in putting together and perfecting my pitch. So what I'm saying is that, you know, all of us need to be mentored. But you have to, at each point in time, ask yourself honestly, what area? So don't say I want to be mentored as a teacher or as an educator. That's too vague. To say what particular area do I want to focus on? You know, that's what works for me. So if you're a school owner, what particular area do you want to focus on? Is it in terms of building structure in place? Is it in terms of making your, is it in terms of putting together financial, be more financial savvy, in terms of marketing your school? So when it comes to being mentored, I look at it and say you have to have a very, very specific goal. And that's the first thing. And then identify who would help you in that. But you have to realize that you need to be mentored. So that means you are going as a student. You're not going as, you know, you're going to learn, you're going to take absorb. And when it comes to mentoring, you have to look for people that, you know, align with your own values, align with your own value system. If you're not a very aggressive person, you can't go and feel that, you know, you can't get someone at the other extreme end. In the end, it might not work. If you are very ethical in your business and you go and meet someone that is a real-time hustler, you know, everything goes, then the person doesn't align with your own values. So you need to find that even when you're selecting a mentor, you need to have that initial conversation with that person or whatever mentor, whether male or fan, find out whether their values align with yours, because it's very important that their values align with yours when you're looking for the mentor. You want a mentor that is in line with your values. If someone is not very ethical and you are trying to build a very ethical business, then you know that mentor is not for you. So, but should you not be mentored? I think you're doing yourself a great disservice. I think you're not leveraging on, you know, it's like there's an elevator in a building for those of us that are very lazy, and you are choosing to climb the stairs to the 10th floor. Why? Do you understand? Take the elevator, you know, and that's really what the mentor does. They help you take the elevator because they've gone there. I can easily tell you, oh, don't do this. Oh, you know, you're starting because I've been there. I've gone through that. I made that same mistake. You know, I learned from it. And it's important that we all get mentored. So if you haven't made that decision this year, I would say, you know, it's not too late. We're just at the beginning of the year. Select an area you want to be mentored in. Go looking for a mentor, and be ready to put your money where your mouth is. So remember that, you know, everybody's hustling in their business to put food on the table. So when you go looking for a mentor, I would say go and put, you know, your money where your mouth is. If you really want to be mentored, you need to be ready to pay. Don't think that free, pick the person's brain, always pick the person's brain, and then not pay for the value that you feel that you're getting for the person. So I would say it's important that get mentored, choose a mentor this year. Even as you get mentored, realize that you might need to spend some money. I mean, know that the value is so much worth it that you're ready to put your money behind that. Okay, thank you. Back to you, Rotimi.
Oshe, you are really the big boss lady. You killed it. Now I get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard the big fish telling you. And we need to bear this. We need to bear this in mind when it comes to mentorship, right? Everybody must realize that mentorship is different things to different people. But I for one believe that mentorship should be for you as a tool for review, It also should be a tool for you to be able to harness your level of result. It's a resource to you, and it's also for you to set records. So sometimes you're having a mentor, or better still, you're gravitating into a mentorship relationship so that you can be able to review yourself. There are certain fields of expertise that the place you can only get into professionalism on that expertise is you having some measure of review. That's why I find out that a lot of times people advocate that mentorship must be a close relationship with the mentor because there is modeling taking place. And of course, even if it's not close-ended because of the way things are and it's from afar, you must be able to ensure that you are taking notes and taking reviews, because that's the very first thing. And I like to tell people that sometimes you catch some things, not just being taught some things. So you are taught as a mentor, as a mentee, either directly and indirectly, but you catch some things, which is why I agree with what Titi said. Values are contagious. You don't necessarily have to write this as a statement. I choose this value. Trust me, when you come in contact with a mentor or you start a mentorship relationship, you get infected by that mentor. You don't just get affected, and that's why sometimes a lot of people misapply the value. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes, we are back.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
So sometimes people misapply the value of mentorship, because mentorship is a resource. Just the way you type on Google searching for stuff, right? You can easily get resource. You can call up KK if she's your mentor, if you're trying to get some mentorship relationship with her. And that resource in the room, that energy and atmosphere, it's something. It's not only your agenda that you pursue when you come into mentorship. You also pursue the reality of the resource. You understand? There are times that you probably might be talking to Titi, if Titi is your mentor, or you're gleaning from her. You find out that when you are now engaging other people, you are saying some points that you got from talking with Titi. You are saying you're having a different philosophy just because you've done something. And what mentorship really does is almost like create a disciple on a track. So it's review, resource, results oriented, and record driven. Thank you very much. I think we have.
We heard you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
I want to add one point. When it comes to mentoring as well, don't think that mentoring is only for educators. It's also for children. We look at children that are successful. The truth is that they had a mentor beyond the classroom. So even for your children, especially when you have teenage children, it's good to get mentors for them or get them involved in mentoring programs. So once you say, okay, you know what, I want to be a leader. Get him in, when you get him to go for various leadership programs. That's a form of mentoring where experienced people will come and so it's important that you find mentors for children as well. You must what pass a particular, I don't even know what from what age, but even once they reach their teenage years, they should have a mentor. Sometimes, like I said, a mentor is an experienced person that has gone. So I have my son. My son is going to be 13. His older cousin is his mentor. So because when mommy talks, mommy is old school. If you listen to my son, you think I'm 60 because the way he says I'm so old. As far as I'm old, I'm 60. When he says about people, you know that he thinks that I'm 60. So when I give an advice, it's old school advice. Mommy, you don't understand. Mommy, it's always like that. So when he has his cousin, he's his mentor. So my nephew is in his 20s. And so I tell him, talk to your cousin, So he talks to him, and because he can say, you know what, I've been there, I've done that, this is what I did. Why not try this? He's mentoring. And that guidance is just so that you don't make the same mistakes. How boys will be boys and they've done this. The cousin can tell them that, you know what, I did that, done that, and realize that, oh God, my mom was right. All those things. So it's important that even for our children, we have mentoring relationship with them that mentors them all along the journey. A mentor just ensures, like I said, instead of taking the stairs, you take the elevator. So you get there faster and it'll be a smoother journey. Yes.
Fantastic. So let's go to Fee.
Yeah, talking about mentoring for teenagers particularly, there was a school where I was where at the senior level they have to go on work experience for 2 weeks. So once they're done with their exams, they go for work experience. So it's like an internship. You place them there. And when Coach Whitman was talking about values, that there are some values you pick up without even realizing that, oh, this is a value, or without it being one of the things you set out for. Some of them go for those experiences and come back and their worldview is completely different. It's completely changed because they're seeing, oh, the boss of my boss, or maybe the chairman of the company comes in right on time, or he comes in before everybody. And then they're saying that, oh, it's timeliness, I have to be responsible for being on time. I have to I see the way this man dresses, or I see the way he talks to people, and for me to get to a place where I have made it, I have blown in the word. I don't have to be obnoxious. I don't have to be a horrible human being. So for them, at that level, I thought it was something really amazing for these young people to understudy people who have gone way ahead of them, and prepare them for where they're going to, so that we have a lot of the mistakes that eventually we're running head over heels and trying to correct these things. The earlier they're introduced to it, and even for the kids in the younger classes, for them, I would say their teachers are their first mentors. So they're looking at the teacher, they're observing the teacher. I had a kid walk up to me one time and asked, Miss, do you know everything? And well, without even thinking about it, I said, no, of course, I'm not Google. I don't know everything. I didn't know it was a test. And just as I said that, I realized there were others behind me, because I wasn't looking behind me. I realized there were others behind me, and they started laughing. And this particular person said, God saved you. I said, what happened? She said, oh, we thought you were going to say like me, so and so and so, that you know everything. So it was a test. They wanted to know, how do these adults really think that we don't know anything? Do they think that we think they're superhuman? So for educators, I would say that your life is a life of constant mentoring, whether you know it or not. Those kids in your class are looking at you and are taking, oh, I love the way Miss dresses. I love the way she respects us. Even though we're kids, she respects us. I love the way she carries herself. I know I got interested in teaching because of the way some of my teachers carried themselves. I really love the elegance around them. So without knowing it at that time, I was taking lessons from them. I was taking value from them. Oh, this person is always in class to time. She doesn't joke with her work. She plays with us. He plays with us, but he doesn't joke with what he's doing. And those are lifelong lessons that have stayed with me till now. And I'm taking further in everyday life, not just as an educator, but in everyday life, and saying, oh, whatever I do, excellence is demanded. And I have to give that excellence, not as eye service, but because it's a way of life. Thank you.
So the question I would like to ask is this, and KK is here. KK, you started by saying that people must ask themselves this sincere question: are they mentorable? I want us to take it a step further, because getting the best for mentorship or to as steps that should be taken, or disposition that you should have if you're going to get mentored. Can you tell us how best can someone get the
Okay, so the first thing is you need to know, and that's what I say, and even from my own
okay, did you
experience
hear
when
that?
I met, is that what are the steps that people should take prior to seeking a mentor? Is that it?
Yeah,
There seems
go
to be a
ahead. We
bit of
can
a
hear
lag.
you. I think.
I'll just go ahead. So what I believe that before, when I say are you ready to be mentored, you have to be ready because it's a lot of work. And guess what? It is on the mentor's time, right? So you cannot say I want to be mentored. I was calling you, you didn't pick your phone. I'm not meant to pick my phone. So it's on my time because paying me for it. If you're not paying me for it, and it's just a relationship that's happening to build, then you must be ready to work with my time. So the first thing is, where exactly do you need help? You can't come and say to me, I want to be mentored. I mean, mentoring is huge. It's all areas of your life. So, do you want to be mentoring in marriage, for example? Because I'm married. So, if you look at me as a mentor, then is it my marriage, the marriage of me that you need? If not, then you study what exactly you need from me, right? You should be able to say what you have tried. You must be able to say what didn't work. That's really important because it shows that you have been reflective of the help that you need. Secondly, you need to ask your mentor what time works for you. What medium of communication works for you? Because they may prefer phone calls, they may prefer email, they prefer Instagram DM, they might prefer video calls. You need to know what works for your mentor. Finally, it will be good. And when I say finally, there are many ways, but I know that we're running out of time. But the last thing is, it will be great for you once in a while to offer support for your mentor, especially in an area where you're not paying for it. Offer support. What can I do? I noticed that this. But then it means that you have observed your mentor. So you're not just networking, you're connecting with that mentor because that's how you would know, oh, this person needs help in this area and I might be able to support. Yeah, so that's important. And then sorry, the last finally, I know I said finally before, this is the last one. Finally, you must have documentation, right? So that you know this was what I needed from my mentor. We've had 2 months of this relationship and this is where I am now. So you should have that. So you know if it makes any sense to continue in that mentor relationship. Or perhaps you would even find that, oh, the area where I thought I needed mentoring, where I'm getting mentored. So maybe I have a lack in my initial mentoring request. However, I have grown in the area. Those are the 5 or 6 things that I would say that people should do prior to getting into that mentoring relationship. Back to you.
If you want to say something about that, how best comment?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh, sorry. If you're your mic, yes.
Yes. Okay. So while everyone was speaking, I was, taking down notes and points that I wanted to mention or talk about. And KK, you just said everything. So I had here one, understudy your mentor, understudy the person who you want to mentor you. Like, listen to the person, follow the person everywhere, and that's the only way you will get to know the person better. I'm not going to stress on that because Kiki has said a lot about that. Then adding value to your mentor in many ways. For me, it's the back and forth relationship. It's not just will be tired at some point because when you keep giving and giving and giving and you don't receive, this is the natural law of nature. So it has to be that back and forth value added on both sides. Like the mentor is happy to say, okay, this is what she can do, or this is what he can do for me, or this is what he is doing, even if he or she doesn't have to ask or doesn't ask. So it's important that you look out for ways. And I'm speaking to myself as well because I have been mentored. I am a product of mentorship. I can tell you where I'm coming from and where I am and where I'm going. And I would not be there or achieve that or even have the dreams I'm having without a mentor. So as much as it, we can identify that it is challenging to find a mentor. It's not easy. But one thing that is harder, is going the journey without a mentor. How do I put this? So it's hard, it's challenging to find a mentor, okay? But if you try to go that journey alone, it's harder. Let me put it that way. So yes, it's hard, but you have to do what you have to do. And if what you have to do is finding a mentor to get you from one state to another, then go ahead to do it. Finally, the only only finally now is this. There are different stages of growth, personal growth, professional growth, career, wherever you are at that time. It's important that you identify what you need to move you to the next level. When you identify that, you can reach out to the people that you feel can take you there. There are people that you reach out to and it's draining. I can tell you, I've had mentors that at the end of the day, when I evaluate, the relationship, I'm like, no, this is not working, or this has not taken me to where I intended for it to take me to. And then you also have to know, okay, how do I pull back if need be, so that you can launch forward, you can be on that pedestal to take it to the next level. So that's my conclusion.
All right, thank you very much. People out there, we must realize that mentorship is not an outcome. Mentorship is a process. A lot of times, it's not mentoring or the mentor that delivers the outcome. It is the process of mentorship, which involves the experience of mentoring and relationship. So most times people go into mentorship and what they get first as down payment is mentorship relationship. Sometimes some people's first down payment is the mentorship experience. So we must strive to get the two together. You must have mentorship relationship and mentorship experience. And that's why you find out that sometimes, because people are not conscious or it's not built according to pattern, they don't feel, some people say, I'm not feeling this. And when they say, I'm not feeling this, I'm not feeling my mentor, or I'm not feeling this mentorship, you'll find that they are judging the mentorship from maybe a relational dimension. Just like Keke said, we plan to talk every week, or we plan to talk twice a week, but it's only once a week. It's like my mentor is too busy for me. Now, that is sometimes you misjudging the entire process, because the process is this. It has to be a combination of, and they don't have to follow sequence, but you must make sure you make provisions for it. Just as there are boundaries on certain things in mentoring, you experience, but you also must get the mentorship relationship. Now, let me tell you the trick. You need a mentorship experience. What I mean is this. The trigger for the best of experience in mentoring is tied or facilitated by the mentorship relationship. So, for example, I can call Finn if I'm Finn's mentor, for example. I can call Finn not to tell Finn that thing I told you that we're going to discuss about your project. I can just call Finn to say, Finn, how are you? But the truth of the matter is, by the time Finn says, I'm fine, sir, she can just say, I'm working on. What do you think about it? And you find out because there's something called relationship. She has built the relational dimension of having a mentor. And guess what? She begins to get gleans of knowledge and expertise and experience, right? The truth about it is knowledge flows when the atmosphere has been prepared. So you must prepare the ground for mentoring. You must prepare the space for mentoring, right? When I speak with Ifel, she's always laughing. she's always saying several things, right? You have to prepare the ground, more or less, you know. Why? Because if, let me tell you the truth, that sometimes because of the things you want to achieve, you come as a burden to your mentor. And as much as your mentor is willing to experience or share to help you, the thing doesn't flow. It's just like for those of you who are faith-based, you know, you find out that sometimes you find out there's worship, and there's songs before the message. Sometimes, why do they do that? Apart from the fact that it's administrative or program of the service, it's sometimes to prepare the mind and prepare the minister. Why? Because sometimes some things need to flow. My goals this year, I have 7-point agenda for 2021. I'm very, it's February, to see. You might have a mentorship month, nothing has happened. Now, if you have 4 months in 2 weeks, take someone who understands that they are both relational and experienced. I mean, a lot of mentees don't disable themselves. They are still masters as they are coming to the mentor. They are still so coach or so age mate. They are still the mentor's flatmate. So all those things clog the possibility of getting the best. So you must prepare yourself, disable yourself for making unilateral decision. You can't be all in all once you get into a mentorship relationship. Even if you will make mistake, let that mistake be a joint effort. Let it be a joint venture. So that when you have success, it's also a joint venture. I don't know whether you understand that. Do we understand? Huh?
Yes, that was so very well put, really,
You
because
do,
like
yeah.
one of the things I was going to say is that to get the best of a mentoring relationship, there's a need to come as a slate, as a blank slate, to be able to take in everything, not forming, oh, I have worked in this area, or I might be boss in one area, but in this particular area that I'm coming in for mentoring, I'm not boss in it. If
Mm-hmm.
not, I won't be coming for mentoring. So it's putting aside who I am in a different world, or who I am in a different existence, and taking the best, soaking in all I can from this person, mentoring me on this particular area. And I would also say that for mentoring to be effective, it has to be measurable. Both myself and my mentor can sit down and say, oh, we set out to, oh, I had this project and that project and that project, or we set out to achieve this goal. Have we achieved it? Is this making, is this, are we progressing? Are we making any headway at all in this? Or is my mentor too busy, maybe too busy in quotes, or am I coming up with the wrong things? I probably want a mentor in the area. I probably want a mentor in the area of maybe business coaching, and then I go to somebody who is a relationship expert. So both of us we're putting in effort in the wrong place. If we're not evaluating it and asking, have I been able to achieve what I set out to achieve? Have I been able to impact you in any way? Then we may not be making the best of in fact, we will not be making the best of the mentoring relationship at all. And really, yeah, that you see that relationship thing, it's one of the reasons I'm here today. Coach Rotimi, I know him as Coach Rotimi. So it's like that's his name, pardon me. It's that coaching, mentoring relationship is one of the people, when the moment I found him and realized that education is his path, I said, I'm holding on to this person, whether he likes it or not, whether he agrees or not, I'm holding on to this person and following the steps, picking up things from him that I can't even pay for if I wanted to pay for it. So that relationship is very essential. It's very important to hold on to it and to make the best out of it. Not that when you're with the mentor, you're not talking of the latest song, the latest dance, the latest challenge. Use those 2 seconds, 3 seconds to glean something really worthy, something really worthwhile, and that would pay off and pan off for both the mentor and the mentee. Thank you.
If you're, what are your parting
Okay,
thoughts?
so
what would you like
so
to
my
end the
my
show
my
with? And then we'll come back to Finn.
Okay, so my final thoughts or words on this is that mentors build you up in a way that matters. So when you have a mentor, he or she has engaged with you and can gauge to say, okay, this is how and where I can help this person, and this is where this person needs help to move on to the next level. So that mentor, you'll be able to trust your mentor to know that my mentor knows what's best for me, and my mentor thinks, and my mentor is working towards my good. Now, having that faith and belief in your mentor goes a long way to help you to learn and unlearn the things that need to be learned and unlearned respectively. So now, what that does for you is that it pushes you to think, wide, and allows you to go further in your thought process. And for me, it takes you to where you never think or you've never dreamed of. So basically, a mentor will build you and put you on that pedestal that will propel you to the next level. So believe in your mentor, trust in your mentor, and know that your mentor knows exactly how to guide you towards where you want to go. Finally, once you find someone who is your mentor, once you find someone who you can reach out to say, this is my mentor, this is who I want to be my mentor, from what Mr. Rotimi said, build that relationship, that solid relationship that will help you, and that way you can learn as much as you can. That's it for me.
Thank you so much. I just want to ask Finn to give our last words, and then I'll wrap up with the show.
Okay, so I'll say that to everyone out there who is looking to be mentored, be ready to be teachable, be open to correction, so that when the lessons are being passed across, you need to unlearn some things, you need to relearn some things, and you really need to learn some things. So be open to correction and not see it as, oh, this person just is withholding information from me, or just doesn't want me to be as big as he is, or just doesn't see anything good in me. Just be open to it and be very objective about correction as it comes. Thank you.
I like that, and I like to end with, of us are human. Sometimes that mentors eat, mentors sleep, mentors get hungry, mentors get sad, mentors.
They're human beings.
Mentors also get. So let's not put unrealistic expectations sometimes.
Expectations.
Some people believe that their mentor rises. Yes, I think the mentor rises from the east and sets in the west. Rises from the west and sets. The mentor is not the moon, neither is it the sun. And you need to know that some things are best nurtured. So you nurture your mentor. So, and please understand, I want to take this as my last parting shot. And this is, if you said, believe in your mentor, have faith in your mentor, trust your mentor, but don't just stop there. Let your mentor know that you believe, my life counts on it. Because sometimes if we don't feel valued, it's not enough for you to value us. If we don't feel valued, if we don't feel it, as in we don't know it, sometimes we think we don't matter. So we might not even take the mentorship relationship as serious. There's some people that will make you know that, look, I'm on you, whatever you say. And you now notice that because of that, you spend more time to research, to counsel people. I make sure that I give people what I know is the best that I can give, especially the people that show that it matters to them. You know, it's not, I don't give casual direction. Why? Because most of the people I've had the privilege to mentor, they show to me that it matters. Once you begin to show that it's just a checklist, I'd rather just keep quiet and say, you know what, when it's time, I say, I think this thing is not working. Let's give it some time. Why? Because I would not. It's been a great time. It's been a really great time. Fee, thank you for joining us at the shortest notice. I'm sure
Thank
you
you
will
for
always
having
be
me.
available
Thank
anytime we call
you.
you,
Thank
right?
you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So we end our show in a special way, and today we would like me to end it. We always say that it's always a great morning on the Good Morning Education Show. So, Spin, I want you to reel that out for us as we end the show.
It's always a great morning on the Good Morning Education Show.
All right, fantastic. So, have that's
Thank
Ife's
you.
best part. That's
Bye.
Ife's best part. So, it's always a great morning. Good morning.
All right.
Uh,
Thank you.